Well, hello there. Welcome to my humble home. My name is John. I live in the town of Montelupa City, Philippines. I've been here now almost 2 years this time. I've been to the Philippines a couple of times. My new channel here is going to be called Endless Roads. The concept behind that is traveling, but it's going to not just, my channel is not just going to be about traveling. It's also going to be about social issues, relationships, and if anybody has any questions, they'd be free to put it in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to give you an answer, or at least my perspective on it. And that's basically it. You're not going to see no bias on my channel. Some people might think I'm biased, but I have a concept that there's basic truth and relative truth, and everything you're going to hear from me is basic truth, at least from my point of view. And that's basically it. I've been watching a lot of these other YouTubers on here, and very fascinated with them, especially the ones that's from other countries come here, and the reasons why they come here. And I noticed that a lot of people have the same one, not quite the reason I came here. I didn't come here to find a wife or something like that. Yes, I did get married here, but that was just chance. That wasn't the reason I came. But what I'm mainly here for is I want to get my thoughts out here on all the things going on in the world, in the Philippines, and that. And it's sort of like this cup of coffee here. You know, in America, we'll call this coffee hot Joe. You know, cup of hot Joe. And what a cup of Joe is just plain coffee, no sugar, no milk, no cream. Well, truth is sort of the same way. You can have your truth, and you can give it to somebody, but they may not like the straight truth, so they might sweeten it up a little bit with sugar or cream, you know, so it'd be more palatable. But underneath is still the truth, no matter what you say. And that's my concept on what this thing's going to be about. Now, on relationships, I have a little bit of knowledge on that. I've been in quite a few relationships in America and overseas. I've been married twice, divorced twice, married again, so this is my third time. And I've been a single father because each time I got divorced, I got the children. I have 4 children of my own, 7 stepchildren, and 4 of those I had to raise by myself too. Finally, they're all grown. I'm an empty nester, and that's why I decided to start traveling around in 2015. I decided to retire early. I was supposed to retire in October of this year, but I actually retired in February 22 because I just couldn't handle the situation in America anymore. It's not anymore that you might run into something. It's from the moment you wake up in the morning to the time to go to bed, it's in your face. And I just couldn't put up with it anymore, you know. So I came here. I actually was over, probably back in 2014 when I decided that for sure I was going to come to the Philippines. I was a chef working in St. Louis, Missouri, and I met a bunch of my students that were from the Philippines. And I was at the time planning on moving to Mexico. I didn't know how that was going to work out because learning languages is very hard for me. I mean, I can pick up almost anything, but when it comes to language, that's something I struggle with. And the Philippines students said, "Hey, John, you know, we can have you come there, we can help you out. You want to come to the Philippines?" I said, "Why? I can't learn your language." Just like the other one, they said, "Well, we speak English." But that's what convinced me to come. I came here in 2017. I was on the internet for a long time, trying to network, make friends, stuff like that, discover everything. And I met some friends that worked for City Hall here. And probably the best thing I ever did because they pretty much had everything worked out for me when I got here. I was able to have a place to stay the minute I got off. I had members of City Hall showing me the ropes, stuff like that. And I was pretty happy with the layback and felt like I stepped back in time, you know, when you missing something from your past. And it was a fresh brush, and then I went back. I worked a few more years, and I came back over here in 2019. I met a lady, just by accident basically, and we started chatting. We dated for another year. Then I come back and I decided to get married. I was here for 3 months. I left in March 2019, and I got off the airplane. 3 days later, they shut down the airport in the Philippines for anybody to come in because of the sickness going around. So I got stuck there. My plan was only going to be there for 3 months and come back 3 months, work 3 months until I reached retirement age. Well, I ended up staying there for 2 years. And well, if anybody's from America, you know what's going on in there. It's just a hostile place anymore. Moral values is gone. So basically, I'm ready to leave. So I give up my apartment. I know that sooner or later this ban for traveling is going to be over. I buy a van. I get a job at Walmart. I stay in Walmart. I also get a job at what's that called, Applebee's. I get a job at Waffle House, and I get a job at a private resort called Innsbruck. I'm worked it out where I can juggle all these jobs. I'm sleeping 2 hours a day in my van. You know, I go from one job to the other job. A couple of these jobs have showers in there. That's where I take my showers. I buy what minimal food I can, and I was able to save up $20,000 in 2 years. And when they opened it up on February 11th, I bought my ticket because I just couldn't handle it anymore. Not the point of living in the van, it's the point of stepping over drug using people to get into your job because they lay in front of your door. If you go into a store, or like me, I sit down on my businesses I'm working at, like Waffle House, and the person standing across me and says, "You don't you be looking at me, I'll call the cops on you." I'm like, "Why are you going to call the cops on me?" "Well, if your gaze is over 8 seconds long, you'll be arrested." News to me, I didn't know that. You know, I'm like, no, I need to go back in time to somewhere where it's a little bit more simple. And out of that 20,000, I probably spent 5,000 just to get here to the Philippines because it was still chaos. I get on the airplane. I bought my ticket to fly here. I bought all the insurance, you know, all the documents, everything I need to have, right? I get on the airplane in St. Louis. I get ready to get on the airplane. I'm stopped and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, you cannot go to this airport. They just changed the thing. They're blocking us. Any American can go in there." I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm supposed to leave now. What am I supposed to do?" They said, "Well, we have a flight to Thailand." I said, "Okay." I take Thailand. I said, "Okay, but you're going to need to buy their insurance." So I have to buy insurance for there. Then they said, "Well, you need 2 days to stay there. I want to book you for a flight, and you can go to the Philippines." That sounds fine. So here, you know, I'm keeping all this money, expensive hotel, all this stuff. Get on a flight in St. Louis, end up in San Antonio, Texas. And what did they tell me there? "Oh, you can't go into Thailand. They changed it now. You have to be a week. You got to buy more Thai thing." I said, "I can't wait a week." And I said, "Well, see, we're going to work out." "Okay, well, if you want to buy another ticket, this ticket's going to be $1,000. You can fly from here to Los Angeles. Los Angeles, you can go to Japan, and from Japan, you can go to Philippines." I'm like, "Okay." So I got on the plane, get off at Los Angeles. On the next plane, stopped again. They said, okay, you can't, we have a problem here. Okay, Japan just shut down the airport. Travel in and out. I said, what am I going to do? I done brought 3 tickets. I done brought 3 countries insurance. I brought 2 countries hotel bills. They said, oh, well, you can go in, but you got to get your thing, and you're not allowed to, you have to stay in a little cubicle until you get on the airplane. And you got to buy insurance. So I had to buy insurance again. I get in, and I brought insurance, okay. Now I have all this paperwork. I get off the airplane, and I finally make it to Manila, and they tell me, oh, we need it on your thing, your travel. And I showed them that, and they said, well, your travel says that you're going to Taiwan, it says you're going to, I'm like, well, I had explained them everything, and it took me about 6 hours to get through. And I spent a lot of money. So I'm a little bit nervous if I want to go back. I made a promise to one of my jobs there that I was going to go back and work for 6 more months for them to help out because they were really short in help. But I don't think I will because it's just the chance of getting stuck there again. And what I've seen on the internet and TV, it's just getting worse. I'm happy here until if this country starts becoming more like that, which I'm pretty sure it will. My wife, she's been to about 11 different countries already now, so she's pretty well traveled and that, and worked overseas for about 11 years from the Philippines. I told her that if things start getting bad here, we'll just have to go somewhere else, and she's all for that. But right now we're going to do some studying, and hopefully ticket prices go down. And I want to start doing some travel videos. I'll start off here in the Philippines. I've been to about 4 or 5 already, but unfortunately I just didn't have a chance to video places I went. I went to northern Luzon, I went to northern Samar, I've been to eastern Samar, and in July I'll be going to, I don't know if I'm going to say the name right, Tacloban City, and then from there I'm going to go to Dumaguete. I will be taking videos there, and maybe I'll introduce you my wife there on that thing there. But basically I wanted to give you an idea. And if anybody has any questions, you want to know about relationships here, I'll tell you about that. Relationships in Vietnam, China, Korea, or anything else. I'll be more than happy to tell you. But anyway, I hope to get some of y'all to like my video and subscribe, and I'll have more content and stuff I want to talk about later and that. But till now, thank you for listening to my video.